Hello students and welcome back to my channel. This is the Nutritional Toxicology series of videos. And today we're going to continue by taking a look at the Polycyclic Aromatic Hydrocarbons, the Biogenic and Heterocyclic Amines, and the carcinogens in food. Hi, I'm Tommy. I'm a human nutrition student and researcher at the university. What I do in this type of videos is to synthesize my classes so then I can explain and teach you the best and most valuable information you need to know. So let's begin this video by taking a look at the polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. So, polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. These compounds have a structure of 3 to 6 fused benzene rings. And the main molecule here, to remember, is the benzoalpha-pyrene. The benzopyrene. And this molecule is very important, as Sir Percival Pott discovered an association between the benzopyrene and the scrotal cancer in chimney sweeps. Yes, the one from Mary Poppins, for example. This benzopyrene is a potential food carcinogen, and there is a significant amount in smoked foods because it is present in combustion and smoke. What is the presence of the polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons in the environment? They are ubiquitous. The human exposure is inevitable. Clams are used as indicators of environmental contamination. Again, the concept of One Health. What are the sources of polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons? Smoke and combustion. So imagine volcanic eruptions, domestic heating, and even vehicle exhaust. Exposure to these compounds is mainly through dietary ingestion, and the main sources are cereals, grains, vegetables, grilled meat especially, and even tobacco. And the formation of these compounds is mainly due to organic matter, lipids, especially cholesterol, together with a pyrolysis between 350 and 700 degrees Celsius and a condensation of them. So these three things have to happen for the creation of the polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. The toxicity depends on the route, the dose, the physiological parameters, and also the metabolic inductors or inhibitors that are present. Toxicity, well, it is a mutagenic, a teratogenic as well, and it also has carcinogenic activity, again the scrotal cancer. Carcinogenic agents, they form adducts, they cause mutations and cancer, tumor in the skin, in the lungs, and in the fetus, teratogenics. The polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons in food, they are detected in vegetable, in oils, in fish, and especially in smoked and grilled meats. They are the one with the most quantities. The origins: smoking, heat treatments, and petroleum-derived substances. So anything that has to do with heating up and burning things. Factors affecting the contamination are the energy source, the contact with the heat, and the temperature control. So basically, all things that have to do with cooking. There is no legislation on maximum levels in food, because these are carcinogenic compounds. But there is a recommended maximum dose, which is 1 microgram per kilogram of benzoalpha-pyrene in smoked products. The recommendations for controlling these compounds in food are the prevention and control of industrial pollution, treatment and discharge of human wastewater, improvement in waste management, strict control using clean techniques as those achieved for smoking, control of mineral oil and paraffin contents in food use, informing consumers about culinary treatments, very important, and systematic toxicological evaluation for human health. Moving on, we have the biogenic amines and heterocyclic amines. The biogenic amines are the histamine, the putrescine, and the cadaverine mainly. There are others, of course, but these are the most important ones. Here, bacteria have decarboxylase enzymes, and this will create histamine from histidine. And this happens when there is a low hygiene and higher temperatures, because histamine is an allergic reaction molecule, which is associated with inflammation as well. But it is also used as a fish quality indicator. As you can see, it's inversely correlated with the hygiene. Histamine concentration classification can be less than 50 parts per million. We can say it's a safe fish. From 50 to 200 parts per million, possibly toxic. And from 200 to 1000, it's unsuitable and probably toxic. The control must be rapid cooling of the fish and the temperature regulation to achieve in the interior of 10 degrees Celsius in less than 6 hours and 4 degrees Celsius in the first 18 hours. The heterocyclic amines, on the other hand, are genotoxic compounds from cooking protein-rich foods. Here we have the carbonyls and the aminoimidazoacerines. The carbonyls are also called pyrolytic amines, and they are created at more than 300 degrees Celsius. The aminoimidazoacerines are also called thermal amines. So we have pyrolytic and thermal amines, and these are created at temperatures lower than 300 degrees Celsius, and they have a higher polarity than carbonyls. These compounds are among the most potent carcinogens. They create adducts, but fortunately enough, they need an activation. They need to be metabolized to become active. The formation, they need creatine, fats, and water. And the formation is higher with amino acids. Sugars also contribute to the formation, and some of them are necessary. And the heat treatment also changes the formation, because steaming creates less mutagenic effects than frying, for example. The presence in foods, they are in oily fish, tuna, herring, and horse mackerel, as well as in cured cheeses, wines, and beers. This is because of the maturation, the fermentation. And the metabolism of these amines is gastrointestinal using MAO, monoamino oxidase, and in an hepatic level using DAO, which is deamino oxidase. The direct toxic effects include migraines, because they act as a vasoconstrictor, and histamine poisoning, which is similar to an allergic reaction. The indirect toxic effects include the interaction with monoamino oxidase inhibitors, drugs, biogenic amines, and carcinogenic nitrosamines. And you have to know that to avoid these problems, there is also a restrictive histamine diet in which we limit chocolates, teas, coffees, fermented products, cheeses, wines, and alcohol. We also have to take into account the activity enhancers such as tyramine, the beta-phenylethylamine, the tryptamine, the putrescine, or the cadaverine, which are potentiators of the histamine. The polyamines, such as putrescine, spermine, and spermidine, they are considered essential in some life stages as well, and they have dietary applications because of that. And we have to take into account the periods of intense growth and the tissue regeneration phases. So, for example, children that are growing, and also people that are recovering from an injury. And to recap, the restrictive histamine diet is low in eggs, dairy, legumes, tubers, and cereals, and high in meat, fermented fish, vegetables, greens, and fruits. And then we have to talk about carcinogens in food. Cancer is a disease known for thousands of years. There are contaminating agents that cause cancer, and dietary factors and tobacco exposure are the primary causes. So, carcinogenesis. A carcinogenic agent is any agent that induces neoplasms, so tumor formation. And here we have genotoxic, causing mutations, and epigenetic, for example, the growth hormone. So one that initiates the cancer and one that promotes the growth. Stages, we have initiation, promotion, and appearance of neoplastic cells, and also a regression stage. Tumors. We have a benign tumor, which is very similar to the main tissue, and it is encapsulated by the connective tissue. And the malignant tumor in the progression stage, which differs a lot from the original tissue, and it can metastasize, which is indeed, it can spread throughout the body to other tissues. And the carcinogenic compounds we have are natural carcinogens, such as cicacina, ferns, aflatoxins, we talked about that in previous videos, and fungi. Intestine and food processing created carcinogenic compounds are the nitrosamines and the benzoalpha-pyrene, the polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. Hormones such as synthetic estrogens and goitrogens. Pesticides, chlorinated biphenyls, dioxins, and heavy metals. And also from the industrial food chain such as azo dyes with aromatic amines, sweeteners such as cyclamate and saccharin, and synthetic antioxidants with thiourea, BHT, and galates. I have to mention that these carcinogenic compounds found in animal studies. So what is the influence of the diet on cancer morbidity? Macronutrients. Higher fats, higher cancer, but also the quality of the fat matters. And in animal studies have been shown that saturated fats are better than unsaturated, preventing the cancer formation. The dietary fiber has a protective effect for the colon cancer. And the proteins, there is an association with some cancers, especially the animal origin proteins, and this is also due to the presence of other nutrients such as the fats. Micronutrients, we have vitamins. The vitamin A is protective against cancer, and the deficiency is linked to lung cancer. Vitamin C is protective, and the vitamin E has an antioxidant role, so again, protective. Beta-carotene, which is an analog of vitamin A, also has an anti-cancer activity and antioxidant capacity. Minerals, we have the selenium, which protects against oxidative stress, which is very good. Zinc, which is a normoedic substance, which means that a deficiency will probably create an imbalance, but too much of it will also affect the cancer negatively, because zinc is a promoter of growth. Iron, elevated deposits favor cancer, and iodine, a deficiency is linked to thyroid cancer. Other factors may include alcohol. Tumor and cancer risk are higher with alcohol, and alcohol with tobacco is even worse. And beer is associated with colorectal cancer. Talking about calories, we have higher weight, higher cancer risk. The higher the calories, the higher the percentage of pancreatic cancer, for example. And obesity is associated with gallbladder cancer. And here we have to say that the premenopausal women have a breast cancer protection. Smoked, marinated, and salted foods have been associated with a cancer incidence. And this is because nitrates, which indeed can cause nitrosamines, but also pickled and marinated foods are all associated with some type of cancer. For example, nasopharyngeal and esophageal. Okay, this is it for this video. I hope you understood everything I said. If you didn't, there is a comment section down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you get notified every time I upload a new video. If you find value in this, please share it to your friends and family to spread this knowledge to them as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one, in which we are going to talk about new foods, medicinal residues, and food packaging. So I will see you there. Stay tuned for more information on nutritional toxicology. Hope you enjoyed. Ciao!